Okay. Thank you.
Yes. So I am in the movie industry, and I'd like to talk today about two different things. One is how to survive a startup without an investor, which is something a lot of people have to go through. And then I will explain how we managed over 2 years of business without an investor and doing well. Okay? So, first of all, I believe that you should stop chasing investors because you will spend a lot of time trying to find investors, present to investors, get all kinds of paperwork for investors. And at the end of the day, the investors will tell you that unless you have usually a big turnover every month, they're not interested. They don't even care what you do a lot of times. They don't even care about the industry. A lot of times they only care about how much money you generate every month. In the opinion of many investors today, if you don't generate a lot of money every month, you're not worth anything to them. The facts are that there's a 70% drop in the overall startup investments from in the last 2 years. It's very drastic reduction in new startups. Most of the investments today go to big AI companies, not even to small ones, and that makes it extremely difficult. The competition is about five, in America at least, it's 5,000 investors, 5,000 companies looking for investment per real investor, which makes it next to impossible to get an investor. So I'm just giving an example. We hired a financial specialist that cost us $30,000 and 6 months of my life to try to get crowdfunding going. And I used a company called WeFunder in America. They're very nice people, except there's one little trap that he didn't tell me about, that after I did all this work, and there's nothing wrong with WeFunder. They're very nice. They gave me a place on their site, and it's still on. But you need to have a main investor of $50,000 to open the system. If you don't have somebody who's going to put $50,000 and call himself the lead investor, they will not open it. So it's the chicken and the egg. You're trying to get money, but you don't have the first $50,000. So we couldn't open our WeFunder, and it's still sitting there. The other problem is that you have to find people that will create a community, which is the way that you get your investments and crowdfunding. But that he didn't bother telling me only after I spent $30,000, which was a discount because he actually charges $12,000 a month, and he was doing it for 6 months. So I forgot about crowdfunding. There's a very big business in the world, or in America, maybe it's a multi-billion-dollar business of so-called trying to help funders get investments, and they'll offer you all kinds of help. Some of them charge big money, some of them charge less money, some of them charge subscriptions. I can tell you that in most cases, you're just wasting your money. You can find on the internet, on your own, sites that have bona fide investors. And then you can go and pick up those people and write to them, or find them on LinkedIn. In most cases, they show their LinkedIn sites. And there's very good programs that automatically can contact investors on LinkedIn without you having to do it yourself. You just put your mailing list in them, and they'll ping them at the rate of usually 30 a day. So in our case, we founded a company that is all about film and AI, and that I did over 2.5 years ago. I've been in the movie industry over 15 years. 2.5 years ago, I decided to go into the film and AI business. And I started by offering AI dubbing, which means the facility to dub films to and from 60 languages, even Hindi, any language, any of the major languages. But I wasn't successful. It costs to do it manually anywhere from 3,000 to 15,000. If you want to do English to Swedish or Swedish to English, it's $15,000. We do it with AI pretty accurately. We have a very high class dubbing system. For as little as we were offering for 300, but we're not successful. Not many people were interested in this idea. We offered colorization. A lot of movies made until 1970 are black and white. We offered to colorize them and upgrade them to high resolution. There was not much call for that, so we decided to do it on our movies. We have in the inventory, we control 35,000 films and TV shows, which is one of the largest in the world, if not the largest, by a private company. So we started colorizing our films, and we colorized about 1,500 so far. We also offered production consulting that you can cut the cost of making a film by 50%. But people were not interested, even if they can save millions, because the movie industry does not like AI. That's a fact. So these are just some of the possibilities of using AI. This one, AI generate video clips, we actually do, but all the other ones we don't do because people don't want it. So we went to to ChatGPT and to Claude and to other ones, Perplexity, and we asked them what to do. We're not able to break the wall of AI in films. People are just not that interested. You might say, why don't we produce films with AI? The answer is that there's many people trying to do that. But when you want to produce films in AI, you have a limit of usually maximum 1 minute per clip, maybe even 30 seconds. So it's very difficult, or at this point with the present technology, to do a real full AI film of 90 minutes. It might be possible in the near future by using agents, which will automatically create the clips and then connect them. But right now, I don't know of any technology that does that. So we asked them what to do. So they all said to us the same. Don't try to offer your films as one piece. Offer them as clips. Cut the films into clips of 30 seconds, 1 minute, whatever. And there you can monetize it in 50 different industries, like in the advertising industry, YouTube, different places. So what did we do? We created for free an app that's very sophisticated and cuts at least 100 films a day, can cut 100 films a day or more, to clips. Each movie, let's say a movie that's an hour and a half, it could cut it to, let's say, 50 clips. So we can do 100 films a day, but it's modular, so it could also be increased to 1,000 films a day if we want. So this is also a picture of how it looks like on that particular application that we built, which is very sophisticated, actually. It's got 3 different engines working at the same time to process the films. The engines could be sitting on different computers, by the way, so you can have many computers doing it at the same time, which will mean that we can process more films. But there's a bottleneck, because one of the ideas that the systems told us, like ChatGPT, etc., is that the best money to be made is if we upload to YouTube, for example, 1 million clips, generate 1 million clips, and then even if we get only 100 clicks on each video in a month, it will be 100 million clicks, views, and that could generate up to $15 million, because they pay for each million up to $15,000. So we started doing that, uploading to YouTube. We still do, but there's a little bottleneck, which is a huge one. YouTube does not like you to upload more than 100 videos a day. So how do we ever get to the million? So again, we asked the LLMs like Copilot, whatever, what to do. And Copilot suggested that we just open many accounts with Gmail. That's a good idea. I mean, with YouTube, that's a good idea, except that then they will not monetize it because you have to have a minimum, so they'll monetize it. So that presents a problem. So again, we were here at the point that we have a gold mine. We have 35,000 films. Those 35,000 films can create 2 million video clips or 3 billion photos that could be monetized. But we don't have an investor. And the main idea we had at that point of YouTube is very difficult to materialize. We also upload every day 50 clips at least to Instagram, Facebook, each one of them, and 7 other social services. Those we don't even try to monetize at this point. We have uploaded, I think, we've uploaded maybe 2,000 clips so far on YouTube and stuff, maybe more, I don't remember. But it's not monetized at this time. Then we came up with a brand new idea that we will take the same clips and use it for what's called microdrama. Microdrama is a little known industry because it only exists 3 years, basically, and is very popular in the Far East, and it's getting to be very popular in America. What it does is that you can see a film or a drama or soap opera, let's say 1 hour, in clips. Each clip is about a minute to a minute and a half. And you pay per clip or you pay subscription. But the interesting thing is that you don't pay, you pay Netflix only $10 or a little bit more for unlimited movies every month. But in microdrama, you pay as much as $80 a month for the same exact merchandise, but it's just divided into clips, which I find astounding. The main people that watch it is women because they like to see soap operas and dramas, but it could be other people as well. And the prediction is that by the year, so last year it did $7 million in business. The prediction is that this year it's going to jump to over 10 million, maybe 15 billion. And by the year 2030, it should get into $30 billion, which is the size of the movie industry altogether. So I'm just showing here the evolution that we went through with no investors, just trying to survive, but we are doing it. Where we first offered the dubbing system and all these other systems. Then when they went into YouTube and there is a problem there, which we may be able to overcome somehow, and maybe joint venture with other companies that will use our clips and stuff like that. So maybe we could get to this million clips like we want to, but that requires a certain kind of work that we're not doing right now. And now we are into the micro situation. So again, I'm showing here the transition, how we went through different twists and turns, again, with no investment. So we have, a little money, but we're doing it, and we also built applications on our own. So we built an application which is going to be converted into an application that you can download on the Apple Store or Android. Right now, it's basically a web-based application, but it could be seen on any platform or phone. And it's very similar to the other applications that exist. There's an application called realshort.com. They did no less than $700 million with an application like this of business, which is absolutely crazy because they're only 3 years in business. I don't know of any business that does 700 million after 3 years, except ChatGPT or something. So we built our own. This is just the way it looks. And then you can see here we have many titles. We only have so far 32 titles, but we hope to have by next month 120 to 150 titles. And you can see, let's say there's a movie called Who Shot Pat by a very famous movie star. So it's all divided into, you see, 1 minute clips. So you can click and you can see. Usually with the other systems, you can see up to 10 episodes for free, and then you have to pay. So we have one advantage and one disadvantage over the other companies. The advantage is that we have many movies with very big stars. If you look at this list and you pay attention, we have Hugh Grant, we have and we have different people that are the biggest people, the biggest movie stars. We even have John Travolta in one film, different things. So we have a huge advantage that we have the films. Doesn't cost much, doesn't cost almost anything to cut them. But the other companies, they use brand new productions. Those productions cost between $20,000 to $200,000, and they usually are filmed within 10 days. The ROI of these productions is amazing because some of these sites recoup them within days, whatever it costs. But these are not famous stars. And and I've asked many people, and they told me they prefer famous stars than nobody knows stars. So this is the one advantage we have. The disadvantage we have is that a lot of these sites, the films are in a very high resolution, which we don't have, like 4K, etc. But we'll get over everything. So I'm just showing the paradigm shift where you have to be funded by VC or something like that, where you have to spend all kinds of money on productions, whatever. And where we are in a business that we don't have to invest much money to enter it, we are in it actually, and we already have the IP that goes with it. This is just other ideas how to monetize. And it's called economics of cliffhanger because it's all based on people watching the first clip of a movie that's divided into 60 pieces, and you are interested now in watching the next one. It's called cliffhanger. You keep the people hanging to see one episode after the other. We don't have it as much in the movies that we have, but artificially AI builds some sort of cliffhanger. Everything we do is with AI. And the other issue is that when we cut the films or the clips, they all come with metadata, which means a description what's in the film, an AI description. The AI scans the film and creates the clips and creates information about each and every clip. Now that's very vital if, let's say, you want to sell to other industries, because let's say you want to sell to the clip or our application that has now 25,000 clips, we'll go up to 1 million. We hope to have 100,000 within a few months. Our application can actually search out of, let's say, 25,000 clips, specific clips. So if you want, let's say, I want to see a clip of Jackie Chan punching somebody, then it will actually find it. It may find all the clips that have Jackie Chan punching somebody. This opens up the door to a brand new kind of a film that you can just show the highlights of the film, sort of a sophisticated trailer. For example, let's say you don't want to see 90 minutes of Jackie Chan going here, going there, his film. You just want to see him with his tricks. Then you can actually create a film that will be a shortcut, a short version of it, that will be just him punching people with maybe little connections between one to the other. We have the technology to do this even today. So the business is based on the productions, which to us is free, and the marketing. Now, we don't have a big budget for marketing, but there's a huge thing happening now, which most people don't pay attention to, is that there's special programs, the special sites that, let's say, you just put in the name of a company and they actually tell you every place that that company is advertising online. It even shows you the actual videos or the actual items and everything you need to know about their advertising. So instead of you doing all kinds of spying and guessing, you can actually check what does the biggest company do, let's say real short, and it will show you exactly where they advertise, the kind of advertising they have, and many more pieces of information. So obviously, you can be much more targeted to exactly where they go. You want to go where they go. So their main place to advertise, by the way, is Facebook. Facebook also has its own database. You can just punch in the name of a company that advertises on Facebook, and it will instantly show you everything. So that enables you to be a lot more focused on um, advertising. So I'm just showing some other ways that we exist without paying that much. One of them is that we work with fantastic people from India and Pakistan. That is not to say everybody you contact in India and Pakistan is going to be fantastic. You actually have to work with people and see who is good, who is bad. But I can definitely guarantee you that if you find good people in India or Pakistan, they'll be usually they'll be very loyal to you. They'll be very fast, and they really are very appreciative of whatever you pay them. And in most cases, very responsible. There's always a bad apple, but usually it's fantastic. So I'm very pleased with that. Some of them charge as little as $4 an hour versus in America, what, 25, 50? You need insurance policies, you need all kinds of stuff. You need to pay taxes for them. You just you just send them by Bitcoin, $4 an hour, and they're the happiest people in the world. Another avenue that we are starting to work with is agents, which is AI agents. For example, my chief engineer in LA got tired of talking to me all the time, explaining me things. So he created an agent, which is absolutely crazy. It's actually a duplicate of himself, with all kinds of knowledge about whatever we do together. So now when I have a question, I talk to Henry. Henry is the agent. And I ask Henry questions, and Henry answers instantly. I don't have to wait till the engineer answers. And Henry also answers in very clear, easy to understand English, because engineers are not exactly tuned to great explanations to people of what they do. So Henry saves all that. He gives me explanations and things. And when he doesn't know, Henry says, I'll ask the chief engineer. And then he comes back with an answer. I think this is a huge, huge, huge revolution in what's going to be in the world. Because when you can use agents and you know how to program them, and it's getting to be easier and easier, you can do much more per person. And I see that as a huge time saver and something that could help us make more money. Then we are able with AI to build our own in-house apps. When I built this application, which we hope to monetize the next month, of drama shorts or drama clips, I built the whole application myself with a few clicks of the mouse. Of course, I'm fixing it and stuff, but normally it costs for good application engineer and for a complete application, it will cost you $30,000. And this program does it for me for free, maybe $25 monthly subscription. But I'm so pleased with it. And anything I tell the AI to do, it does exactly the way I want it. It even is working on setting up a monetizing system for me. It's also setting up so I can have it as a real application. All that done with the AI with almost zero budget. So that's very, very exciting, especially for the small businessman who doesn't have an investor, or even if you have an investor. So here I'm just showing a sample of the studies where how you go from the supply, which is us in this case, the infrastructure, which will be applications that we do to do something with the apps, the distribution, and possibly data partners. We don't have them anymore at this point, but these are possibilities. I have not been able to sell to AI data partners because they offer too little money and it's not worth it for me. I really have to value my data. The more we see that it's possible to make all kinds of money with movies or clips, then the more I want more for the goods, because the goods are good. If I let a company in the AI business use my clip, basically the clip is burnt because they could pass it to another company, which is what they want a license for, and the other company can actually use it in the market. So I will burn it. So therefore, I'm not very happy at this point to do business with AI companies. So this is basically my motto. I don't think about the dollars. I think about the success, and success brings dollars. There's no way backwards. We have to be successful. We must be successful. We cannot think of a way that we're not going to be successful. And when you think like that and you work with your back to the wall, and you will be successful. Okay. And don't pay attention to anyone who's making fun of you or says that you're daydreaming or that you're hallucinating or you have Alzheimer, whatever. Just do your thing. If you believe that you're going to make money and you study with what's available for free, ChatGPT, whatever, studies about the possibilities, you'll get there. So thank you very much for the opportunity to present to you.